So now we begin directly with exercise 5.1 without wasting any time. Now remember children that the instruction and the sums have to be taken down from the textbook, the answers from the video. All work that is in the textbook should also be in your notebook. I am not going to copy the sum has to be copied by you. So it says write a fraction for each of the following. 12 pencils out of 30. How do I write 12 out of 30? 12 upon 30. This is very easy, to go very fast, but you just don't write the answer. You have to write 12 pencils out of 30 and then write the answer. I am not copying what's in the textbook. The next one says 3/4. 3/4 means 3 upon 4. 1/8, 1 upon 8. 5 colors out of 7, 5 upon 7. 11 out of 30, 11 upon 30. This should be easy, baby's work for you. 2/3, 2 upon 3. Now in the next sum they say separate proper and improper fractions from the following fractions. Again, all the set of fractions have to be copied by you. I am just giving you the answer. So now in your exercise book, you will make two sections. Proper, draw a line in the center of your page and write improper. And we go one fraction at a time. 3 upon 4. Here the numerator is smaller and the denominator is bigger. So 3 upon 4 becomes a proper fraction. The next one says 11 upon 12. Here also the numerator is smaller and the denominator is greater. So put a comma, 11 upon 12. Remember, sum has to be copied by you from the textbook. I don't want any work, just copy directly as I have given in the video. 20 upon 11. Now here the numerator is greater and the denominator is smaller. So it becomes improper. 5 upon 9, numerator smaller, denominator greater. Again, it is a proper fraction. 251 upon 159, numerator greater, denominator smaller. Now we come to the third fraction, and that's very interesting. It says 110 upon 110. Now, as I told you in my previous video, when the numerator and the denominators are the same, it makes the whole, the complete. Because the denominator tells us how many parts the numerator has been taken or shaded or represents. But it is the denominator that tells you the whole of anything. The particular entire object may be divided into 10 equal parts, 100 equal parts, 2 equal parts, 4 equal parts. But the whole thing is 1. So when I have 110 upon 110, that cannot fall in a proper fraction, because the definition for a proper fraction is that the numerator has to be smaller and the denominator has to be bigger. The definition for improper is numerator has to be bigger and denominator has to be smaller. What if it is the same, then improper, the numerator and the denominator, when they are same, they also fall in the improper category. No doubt that it is a whole, as I had told you previously. We cannot put it into proper because proper says smaller numerator, bigger denominator. But we can put it in improper because improper, part of it also says that when the numerator and the denominator is the same, or when we take an entire whole, which becomes a whole number, number 1, it falls in the improper category. We move on to the third sum. And the third sum states, convert the following mixed fractions into improper fractions. Now, a mixed fraction is defined as a fraction that consists of a whole number and a proper fraction. You can never have a mixed fraction where you have a whole number and improper fraction. You can never have an improper fraction in a mixed fraction. It is a whole number and a proper fraction. Whole number and a proper fraction. Whole number and a proper fraction. In all these fractions, you see that the numerator is smaller and the denominator is bigger. You can never have an improper, or you can never have a mixed fraction where the fraction consists of the numerator being bigger and the denominator being smaller. It is not possible. All these fractions will be proper fractions. With a whole number, it is called a mixed fraction. How do I convert it to an improper fraction? You have learned it in your previous classes. I multiply the denominator with the whole number. So I get 5 into 3. And to that I add the numerator, that is plus 2. What you need to remember out here, children, is that the denominator never changes. In the conversion from mixed fractions to improper or improper to mixed, which we will be doing now after this, the denominator remains the same in all these answers. This answer, 5 will remain 5, 2 will remain 2, 20 will remain 20, 8 will remain 8, 15 will remain 15, 7 will remain 7. The denominator never changes. Why does it change? The denominator never changes because it is the denominator that defines the whole. It tells us that the whole thing has been divided into so many equal parts. Here the whole, there's something. It may be a rectangle, it may be a circle, it may be a square, it may be a triangle. I do not know the figure, but I know that that has been divided into 5 equal parts. And this 3 2 upon 5, that means if it was a rectangle, they have taken 3 rectangles. If there have been 11 squares, they have taken 11 squares. If there have been 25 triangles, they have taken 25 triangles. So it is this number that denotes the whole. So it never ever changes. So 5 3s are 15 plus 2, 17. 17 becomes my new numerator, but my denominator remains the same. And I have converted a mixed fraction to an improper fraction. Let's go to the next one. So denominator multiplied by a whole number, 2 into 11, and add the numerator, plus 1. 2 11s are 22 plus 1, 23. This is my new numerator, but the denominator remains the same. Whichever, whenever, again I am repeating myself, whether you are converting from mixed to improper, improper to mixed, the denominator never changes. You get a new numerator, but the denominator does not change. In the case of a mixed fraction, you get a whole number and a new numerator, but still the denominator will remain the same. Let's go to the next one. 20 to 25. 25 tens are 250. Another 250 gives me 500. 500 plus 17. So 20, the denominator, into 25 plus 17. 20 into 25. 25 tens are 250. 250 plus 250, 500. 500 plus 17, 570. Denominator does not change, it remains 20. Now this working that I have given here, you'll be having a query in your mind whether you have to copy it. Yes, you have to do it this way. But when you're doing it for your examination, you can do it mentally. You can directly write, you will write this down, which I will give in the assessment, and you can write equal to and write directly the answer if you can do it mentally. That means you do 5 3s are, okay, how much 5 3s are? 5 3s are 15, plus 2, 17. 17 upon 5 is the answer. So you can do it mentally and directly write the answer, but here I want you to copy this so that you know how it's being transited or how it is changing from a mixed fraction to an improper fraction. Now you must be wondering where A is gone. A is for homework. Let's go to the next one. It says convert the following improper fractions into mixed fractions. So now here I have an improper and I have to change it to mixed. Now for mixed to improper I was multiplying. I have to do the opposite for improper to mixed. What is the opposite of multiplication? Division. I have to take this 43 and divide it by 8. So I will do it on the extreme side, or you can do it here itself. 43 divided by 8. 8 5s are 40. Remainder 3. I cannot divide any further. Because I don't have any numbers left. I stop here. So this is a simple division where you get the divisor you get the quotient and you get the remainder. Now as I have told you that the denominator does not change, so 8 will remain 8. Now I am left with 5 and I am left with 3. The quotient becomes the whole number and the remainder becomes the numerator. And there I have changed it to a mixed fraction. 5, 3 upon 8. Remember, it's very easy. The top number, this number becomes the whole number. This is the whole number. So the whole number becomes this is the whole number. This is the quotient. The quotient becomes the whole number, and this remainder goes up as the numerator. Let's divide 17 by 15. 15 goes into 17 only once. 17 take away 15 is 2. I cannot divide any further again. Now what do? 15 remains in its place. The quotient becomes the whole number, 1, and the remainder becomes a numerator. And I have changed it to a mixed fraction, 1, 2 upon 15. Always circle your answers, it looks neat. 40 divided by 7. We are just doing what the sum says. 40 upon 7 means 40 divided by 7. This, in mathematics, this is called the division bar. So I am taking 40 and I am dividing it by 7. 7 goes into 45 times. 7 5s are 35. What remainder do I have? 5. As I told you, the denominator does not change its place. So 7 will remain where it is. The quotient becomes the whole number. And the remainder becomes the numerator. So my mixed fraction becomes 5 upon 7. You must be wondering where A is gone. A is for homework. So please do keep your work updated. All of this has to be taken down and transferred in